Execution failed. Insufficient user activity logged.
That's your boy.
Yeah. Zeke.
The Bible is our power. We must repent and come back to what this Bible says.
Christ says he's only for the lost sheep. We're the lost sheep.
So blacks and Latinos, come on. It's high time we wake out of sleep. He allowed us to go into slavery for breaking his commandments.
That's literally how it happens.
Poverty because we broke God's commandments.
Marriage, according to the Most High, is undefiled. It's a beautiful thing. This is something many blacks and Latinos, we have trouble with that word, marriage.
Israel United in Christ took the streets to pick up trash at the religious organization, rented 2 dumpsters to get as much garbage out of neighborhoods that they can manage. These groups.
Wow. Right.
So,
Damn.
this is what,
That's fire.
that's what they don't want black men to see.
Yes.
That is why they scared when they see a picture of Bishop up. They say, no, we can't. Because imagine that that's one man. Imagine if 33 million black men stood up on their feet like that. They don't want that to happen.
Hey, Cap, nope. It is the spirit of Esau to remove imagery.
There you go.
That's why he painted
There
Christ
you go.
as white.
Yep. There you
That
go.
is a dangerous image for Esau to see.
Yep.
A black man standing up.
Y'all got that? Y'all got the quote from J. Edgar Hoover? The picture? Come on, IT. Don't drop the ball on me, IT.
Don't drop the ball. Damn.
Come on.
And that's literally how it happens. You said a brother click on it?
Right.
I don't care where you at. That's literally how it went down for most of us.
Right.
You clicked on it and was like, what the hell? Where I been at all my life?
Yep.
What's going on right now?
And even more so now. Because today we got so much content. It's crazy. Pull it up on the screen, IT. Read that.
When FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover was asked, what was the single greatest threat to the USA? He answered, Negro Unity.
What did he answer?
Negro Unity.
Negro Unity.
Right.
That is the greatest threat to American society today. Understand that. And really, it ain't just America. It's the whole world.
Right.
But America, that lets you know that America is Babylon the Great.
Right.
Because when America falls, the whole world falls.
Right.
That's why when they talking about tariffs and everything else, they like, hey, y'all sure y'all want to do that?
Yeah.
Because if they start taxing us, everybody's economy's jacked up because we got the IMF and everything else here. Go ahead.
Everybody. This guy's children who's still alive right now.
Right.
They're ultimately terrified.
Right.
He said Negro Unity.
Right.
He wasn't talking about Hispanics.
There you go.
He wasn't talking.
There you go.
Now, 20, 40 years later, his children are seeing Negroes with Hispanics. The Israelites, you know how terrifying. That's what the Bible says, great fear. That is terrifying that his children, he taught this to his children. And his children are seeing, wait a second, Dad said Negroes. But you got Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Bruh, that's terrifying. So
hey, pull up the next picture that I sent y'all. It's labeled article number 3. It's labeled article number 3. Article number 3. I'm gonna show y'all something. So this is after we responded in the group. This is what a white lady said about the situation. This is what a white lady said. Hi, go ahead, read that.
Yes, sir. Hi. I saw your post in the group chat.
The group chat is where all the politicians and everybody that got their leaders up.
We don't want to bring reproach on blank and blank. Their nonprofit or on hope because it is his building. While I agree 100%.
While I what?
While I agree 100%.
Esau say they agree 100%. You know what that took me back to? You remember when Pilate said, hey, this man ain't do nothing. I wash my hands of this. That's the same thing
But you didn't step in and stop an innocent man from being murdered.
There you go. Read.
While I agree 100% with what you posted, they took funding.
They did what?
They took funding for this mural.
You see that? They took funding. They took funding. Whoever pays the piper pays the tune. Understand that. Follow the money. All these politicians, if they're taking money from the ADL and AIPAC And all these other groups understand they got certain things that they can and can't do.
Yep.
Go ahead.
A political figure, as well as a grant from the Orange County Sheriff's Office. So politics is already involved.
You see that? Politics is already involved. So stop coming with the dumb nonsense talking about y'all need to vote.
Right.
No. Voting ties you into what they want you to do.
Exactly.
Read.
Unfortunately, yesterday, some other political figures were suggested, but ultimately, Blank and I said we didn't want any politicians in the mural.
Lies. Scroll down.
We're going with non-political figures who use their voices and platforms to speak out about liberation.
Who else speaks about liberation more than Bishop Nathaniel?
Wow.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Right.
Go ahead.
Bell Hooks and James Baldwin. Politicians, black or white, are part of this system that is not only ignoring the continued fight for liberation, but intentionally and increasingly trying to silence people who are speaking truth and speaking out against it.
Read.
There is a lot of tiptoeing around and performative acts by politicians that don't do a thing.
By politicians that don't do a thing, read.
To acknowledge or work to change anything in order to climb their own
You see that?
ladder.
This is coming out of the mouth of a white woman. This is Esau. They know that black politicians ain't worth a damn.
Yep.
Scroll down. It sucks.
It sucks. But don't be discouraged. A lot of awakening is happening. And it will get worse before it gets better.
Read.
But people are ready for real change. It will come.
So Esau understand. They don't get with the change that's coming. But it's coming. The change is here. The change is the Israelites. Now give me Isaiah 28:15.
Yes, sir.
Dealing with these politicians.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Let's go.
Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death.
You see that? These politicians have made a covenant with death. They take funding from the white man, and now they are silenced. They don't say a damn thing about anything that can change the community. Read.
And with hell are we at agreement.
What's the hell that they would agreement with? The Democratic Party, the Republican Party, the City Council, all these different things. Read.
When the overflowing scourge shall pass through.
And they think when destruction comes, that they friendly neighborhood white man's going to protect them. Right. Read.
It shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge.
Hold on, what have they done?
Made lies our refuge.
They make it, they want to believe that there's no race. Racism doesn't exist. We all one people, one nation under God. Lies. Read.
And under falsehood.
And what?
Under falsehood.
What falsehood are they under? Politics. Politics. Read.
Have we hid ourselves?
You see that? These people love to hide themselves under politics. Right. I'm a this, I'm that, I'm city commissioner, vote in the... No!
Titles.
Ain't none of that going to change nothing. Right. Because when true change shows up, when Bishop Nathaniel shows up, and his troops are right there ready to create change, what do you say? I don't know. Y'all real controversial. And, well, do you think Malcolm X was controversial when he was on the earth? Do you think Malcolm X was controversial when he was on the earth? They killed Jesus the Christ, the Messiah.
Bring it out.
You probably took your black behind the church today saying, I love Jesus. But then when you got the men that represent Christ today, you got a problem with them.
Right. You know they go to church because politics.
There you go.
That's where they go to get the masses of the people to follow they plan. Their plots.
Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question, comment. Where you calling from?
Shalom, brother. Calling from Virginia.
VA.
I just wanted to speak on the subject y'all talking about today about Bishop, man.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you, this is my thinking, right? Because I used to be a pastor. And I think it's so much jealousy against Bishop. I've been watching y'all guys about 3 years now.
Right.
You know, and I follow y'all hard. And I think they're jealous, man, because there's a bunch of black men that's not bragging about their gear, that's not bragging about their shoes, not bragging about their clothing, but it's black men talking about their families, black men that's caring about their community. And I think it's jealousy, man, because I've watched Bishop in Africa, everywhere he goes, man. And I never heard him speak on anything that didn't come out of the Bible.
Right.
I was talking to a young man yesterday, and I was telling him about you guys. And I said to him, you know, have you read Deuteronomy 28? And he said, yeah, them guys don't. And I said, have you ever? I said, just 1 second, just take them out of the picture.
Right.
Have you read the
right.
scripture?
Right.
And if you just read the scripture, right, you know, you'll see that they're telling the truth. Take the blinders off and just look at what they're saying. And, you know, he didn't have an answer, man. So I just want to encourage y'all, man, because I'm telling you, man, I like the writing on the wall, and I love Lions Den, man.
All praise.
But y'all guys are off chain, man. And y'all keep it up, man. And don't worry about these fake behind Negroes, man. They ain't got nothing going on. And they can't do what you do. Listen, I'm a pastor, right? And let me share this one thing, and I'm going to go. When the pastor gets up in the pulpit and he says, listen, we're going to go street witnessing. If he's got a church of 5,000, if he can get 5 people to come out with him,
right?
They don't go, man.
Right.
But they're not thinking about souls the way y'all thinking about souls. They're not thinking about changing the community the way y'all changing the community, man. So y'all keep up the good work, man. I'm that 73-year-old brother, man, that calls you all the time. Man. At least once a month I call you. Y'all keep it up, man, and y'all be encouraged, man.
All praise to the Most High.
Bless y'all, man.
All right.
Bless y'all.
Shalom, shalom. Hey, and see, a lot of y'all don't understand. We got so many people in reserve right now.
Right.
So many, because the brother said he's a pastor. I don't know if he was a pastor, he's still a pastor. But there's a lot of brothers. We had remember there was a brother a few weeks ago. He ain't showed back up.
Oh yeah.
But he was a prominent pastor. He stepped down from his position. There's a lot of people that's watching us, y'all.
Right.
That's why we don't have time to debate. We don't have time to go back and forth with people. Right. We teach the word of God and keep it moving. Understand that. Brothers and sisters are watching. They are encouraged by the word of God. You brothers and sisters that call into the show, they seeing that y'all supporting and y'all diligent. And whether you believe it or not, I saw somebody post the mustard seed. This truth is going to get to a point where you ain't going to be able to deny it.
Right.
And I want to show y'all that illustrated in real life. Now, they took us off the little mural.
Right.
But this week, Captain Zakar sent me a music video from an artist in the world. And I want to show y'all what somebody did. We didn't do it.
Right.
I'm going to show y'all something. Press play on the music video that I posted, y'all, please. With the timestamps. Freddie Bango.
Freddie Bango.
I think that's his name. Fredo Bang. Hold on, let me see something. How many subscribers they say you got? Go back. I want to show the people. Because while they took us off their little funky building,
5 million.
This man got 1.5 million subscribers. All right, go ahead. Press play on this. So I think this is one of his new music videos that he just dropped. Won't Be Lonely, directed by Frankie Fire. We got to hit up Frankie Fire because I got to see. All right, now go to the timestamp at 2:20. So this is a music video. I don't know too much about Fredo Bang. Yeah, he seemed like this song was actually better than most songs I heard, so it wasn't too bad. But I just don't want to get striked. Go ahead, press play.
I know life has got you down and that mood got you feeling blue. Even by yourself, looking around, you got shit to lose. Staying up through
Pause. Bring it back. Now, check that out. Now, IURC didn't paint this. We didn't paint this, y'all. This is what somebody painted on their own accord. They painted the bishop, Israel United in Christ. Yeah, they got the chariot. So guess what? This change is going to come whether you want it to or not. You ain't nothing. Give me that. Say you can do nothing against the truth. And leave that up on the screen for the people. And that's seen by 1.5 million people. So understand that, y'all. This movement is a beautiful thing. You can try to dip and dodge this however much you want. It only pushes the truth further. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir. 2 Corinthians 13 and 8.
13 and 8. Yeah, my bad. Y'all know what I want.
For we can do nothing. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth.
You can do nothing against the truth. Nothing against the truth. Read.
But for the truth.
But what?
But for for the truth.
You see that? So while they try to block us on one side, we got people in the world putting our stuff up.
That's right.
On bigger platforms than we can put ourselves on.
Right.
So all praise to the Most High for that. Hey, give a shout out to Fred Obey, Freddie, I forgot what Freddie Fires. Because the editor know what he doing.
The editor
know what he doing. So all praise to the, hey, and look, like we was just speaking about, you see the contrasting images. You got Black Lives Matter on one side, and then you got the truth on the other side.
That's
so
right.
all praise to the Most High. It look like the same artist because it's the same type artwork. So that's fine. That's fine.
So that means their objective was to ride through the hood and find imagery that would empower their people.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
What they found was Bishop right there. Next to the oppression on the left and the right.
Just like the politicians, they know to go to the church to find those that are asleep and just gonna go with whatever the hell the politicians is trying to push.
Right.
Hey, I'm glad you brought up the church. You know what's crazy, Cap? Because y'all know we teach over here in Orlando.
Right.
How many countless times have we had the police called on us and they come to us and be like, hey, man, could you teach around the corner?
Right.
Could you come down to North Lane? Could you?
Right.
When have you ever seen them say a Christian pastor to go out there and do that?
Nope.
When have you ever even seen a Christian pastor out there fixing that?
They ain't out there.
Never.
Ain't not that out.
So, and the crazy thing too, the Muriel over there in Orlando, it's funny they want to put up Fred Hampton when they murdered him.
There you go. There you go.
So you want to put up the black man that your people murdered, and then want to talk about some politics.
Right.
When he was controversial, but his controversy was that he loved his people and fought against oppression.
There you go.
Hey,
That's crazy.
Hey, can I get one?
Yeah,
hey, go to 2 Maccabees 14:37 because what Officer said is absolutely right. Remember, what's it, COINTELPRO, where they wanted to prevent the rise of a black Messiah.
Right.
Yep.
So it goes back into the same thing we read in John 11, where it says, all men may believe on him. They know just by putting that image, it's going to plant a seed, and you're going to look at, wait, who is that right there? Might do a little research, it's like the promo, and you're going, oh, damn, what is this about? That's what they in fear of, right? But read that.
2 Maccabees 14:37.
We're going to show you that the men that we are speaking about, Bishop Nathaniel, we're reading about the same spirits that our forefathers had. Read that.
Now was there accused unto Nicanor one Razis.
Razis, go ahead.
One of the elders of Jerusalem.
Right, and that's one of the elders of Jerusalem. Bishop Nathaniel is an elder. Bishop Yahusab, elder. Bishop Kanai, an elder of Israel. Read on.
A lover of his countrymen.
He's a what?
Lover of his countrymen.
He's a lover of his countrymen. How do we know that? Because of the endeavors that he's been doing time and time again for his people. Read on.
And a man of very good report.
A man of what?
Very good report.
He's blameless. And we can see that time and time again by the fruits, right? Go ahead, read on.
Who for his kindness was called a father of the Jews.
A father of the Jews. That's why we want and treat them as fathers. We give them double honors.
That's right.
Due to the work that they do for the nation. Read on.
For in the former times, when they mingled not themselves with the Gentiles,
read on.
He had been accused of Judaism.
Because what do they show in the post? They said, oh, yeah, look at what he's teaching. If you really research, look at the message that they're spreading.
Controversial.
They didn't mingle themselves with the people. That's why they said that this thing is going to be controversial. When we look into what this man stands for, he's not for what we actually for. He's not for all races of people. He's actually for his nation. And he actually mentioned on that screenshot, it says, look at what he's saying about the Jewish people.
Jewish people,
They know that if they say anything about the Jewish people,
there you go.
they going to get shut down. That's why they say he's controversial. But finish it off.
And did boldly jeopard his body.
He did what?
Jeopard his body.
You can't tell me without a shadow of a doubt that Bishop Nathaniel is not jeoparding his body. Right. Going to far different countries all over the world. These are the great men that we seeing on the earth today. Read on.
His body and life with all vehemency for the religion of the Jews.
That's the man that we speaking about right now. These are the leaders that we follow that stand in the name of Christ. All praise to the Most High.
Hey, I got another. John 11. You said it. We got to read it. John 11:47. Got to bring it out. Got to bring this out because understand, like y'all all said, the power of imagery.
Right.
This is just a painting, y'all.
Right.
This is just he ain't speaking one word on the picture. But he's speaking a million words. What they say, a picture is a thousand words, right?
A picture worth 1,000 words.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. When they see that purple and gold, everybody on the earth, you can say the hell you want to say. You know who the hell that is. You know the purple and gold when you see it. You may call us Black Hebrew Israelites.
Yep.
You may call us the Israelites.
Right.
You may call us the purple whatever.
Right.
Yep.
But you know what that message is.
Yep.
You know what that. You know we coming with the Bible. You know we coming with Jesus Black, and you know we coming for our own people. Read that.
The book of John, chapter 11, verse 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council.
Gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council. That's what we was just reading y'all messages out of. We was just reading you the messages out of the conversations that are being had behind closed doors.
Right.
Read.
And said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles.
That's what they said. When they typed him in, they said, look up at the video.
Yeah.
Watch and see what he do. He in Madagascar. He in Africa.
Right.
He in Europe. He in America. He in Canada. He in South Central North America. Read.
If we let him thus alone,
They said, if we put this nigga up on the wall,
Right.
all men will believe
they
on
gonna
him.
have everybody following these purple niggas.
Yep.
We can't have that happen.
Right.
Not here in Orlando. We got to sell Disney World tickets. We got to keep the magic going. People got to come in for tourism.
Right.
So understand we under the same persecution that Christ went through.
That's right.
If your pastor ain't going, give me the scripture where it says, "Woe unto them when all men speak good of you." Bishop went over it like a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Luke 6.
Find it. Was it Luke 6 and 26?
6:16 or something like that.
Yeah, let's find it real quick. Luke 6 and 22. Yep, Luke 6 and 20. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Blessed are you when they shall hate you. Nope, that ain't
All
it.
men speak well of you.
All men speak well of you. That's the one I want. That's the one I want. Let's find it. But read that in Luke 6 and 22 real quick.
Yes, sir.
While we find
6:26.
6. All right, read that.
Luke 6:26.
Yep.
Yes, sir. The book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 26.
Read.
Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you.
You see that? The Bible says, woe unto you when all men speak well of you. Read.
For so did their fathers to the false prophets.
Hold on. So did what?
Their fathers to the false prophets.
Now you tell, like I told y'all earlier, if we was to put up Philip Anthony Mitchell, they wouldn't say a word.
Oh, Pam?
Right.
Creflo Dollar, they wouldn't say a word. Michael Todd, they wouldn't say a word. Any of these guys, they would not say a word. But you put the true men of God up, everybody got something to say.
Right.
That's why we say, get out the way.
Hey,
South
Cat, that's heavy what you saying about they upset, right?
Yep.
How the hell is he doing all of this and he didn't come to us for finances?
Right.
How the hell is he traveling all over the world doing more work than we did?
Right.
And he come to us for help.
Right.
How is they doing more work in our city than we are when we get funds from the government?
There you go.
Bro, she had like 3 or 4 different excuses.
Right.
It was garbage.
Yep. Making up everything. Everything under the sun. So, pull up, I think I labeled it article or video number.
Did you want that?
Yes, I wanted to pull that up first. Pull up the thing I said download, y'all. The thing you Zell posted. Pull that up first and then get video number. Yep. Get video number 9, 10, and 11 ready. So, this is what politics is. Press play on that. Y'all see that? That's politics. So, politics, they extend their hand like they're trying to help you. But they know exactly in what condition you in. They know exactly where you at, and they just keep feeding you along. If any of y'all, that's why if y'all around me, y'all see, whenever we run into politicians or people on the street, and they like, oh yeah, we want to sit down, we want to talk, I keep it moving. Because I don't buy that. Y'all know where we at. You know what we teach. We ain't hard to find. 99% of these people out here, that's what they do right there. Pull it back up. Pull it back up. Pull it back up.
Oh, they just want a photo op with you to make it look like.
There you go. That's what they do right there. Yep. That's politicians. That is politicians every 4 years or every 2 years when they got to get reelected. They extend out their hand. What do you need? What do you want? They might even give you $100, $200 to do this. Give you a $2,000 grant for your little charity or whatever. But they ain't trying to create no real change. Like they said, we want people that's not controversial and not political.
Cat, we really some dumb people. A couple years ago, when COVID happened, Biden gave y'all a holiday, and Trump took it away just like that.
There you go.
Everything that you've been given is a privilege to calm you down. Meanwhile, our people's getting murdered. They took it all away. And black people ain't doing nothing about it.
Nothing. Play video number 9, please.
Black people fit into the political spectrum right now? Or should they at all? Well, politics as defined by the geographical and influential spheres of this country is irrelevant to black people. And
it's irrelevant to black people.
The vote has been used as a tool of oppression.
Voting is a tool of oppression.
Camus raises a very good point when he says, what better way to enslave a man than give him the vote and call him free? See, it does not profit black people or poor people anything to have the vote and not be able to select the candidates who they want to choose. Now, how can you choose between Lyndon Johnson, Nixon, Agnew?
So that's like, who are you choosing between Joe Biden and Donald Trump? Yeah, exactly. He gonna say that because you're not choosing your real leaders. Right. They give you leaders to choose from. Right. Go ahead, press play.
Wallace and Humphrey. There is no choice. Evil is evil. There's nothing in between that. Right.
There was some lesser candidates. Dick Gregory running for office. Eldridge Cleaver.
I think the vote can only be used as a tool of organization. We can only use the vote to organize our people. Now, to really believe that we can put someone in office and that these people would be responsive to our needs.
Listen good to what he's about to say.
Politically naive. Because even if one of the black candidates who ran for office was to take the office of president.
Pause. Even if you put a black person in office, watch what he say.
Yeah, right.
Black people must be prepared to fight against that person.
You got to fight against that person.
See, the system mandates the action of the individual. The individual does not determine how this country will function.
Pause.
This country works off the...
So type in the word system, please. Let's see what the definition of the word system is. What he's saying is one person don't change nothing. All these people are figureheads. You don't change the system. A system, in my definition, has a desired outcome. Let's see what it says. A system.
The definition of system. Yep. A set of things working together as part of a mechanism or an interconnecting network.
You see that? It's an interconnecting network. So just because you put a black face in there, the system still is connected. Right. Go ahead. Set of principles.
Set of principles or procedures according to which something is done. An organized framework or method.
Scroll down. I want to see. Give me another. Yeah, here we go. Let's see some other ones. Group related hardware. Okay, yeah, read that.
The prevailing political or social order, especially when regarded as oppressive and intransigent.
Read the similar.
Similar. The establishment.
The establishment.
The powers that be.
And the powers that be. It also got the authorities, the ruling class. So you're not going to change the system. One person does not change the system. All right, go out of that. Go back to the video.
Military-industrial complex, which means that it's profitable to wage war. And unless you devise another plan, another scheme to sustain, to boost this economy, then it's going to be necessary to wage war. Whether, a black individual is in office or a white individual is in office. So we're talking about a complete a change in system.
You see that? A complete change in system. And that complete change ain't coming till the Messiah returns.
Basically, this kingdom has to be destroyed by Christ in order for us to get our kingdom.
There you go. Go ahead, press play on this video.
Remember, Trump got less votes this year than he did in 2020.
Yeah.
And so you got less people that turned out. And now so many people are checked out. So we had this conversation a lot, right?
Yeah.
And there was a study that we saw last year that I was doing. I would do this work nationally. The targeting, the identification, like how folks feel about stuff, like where they sit in certain issues, all of that kind of stuff, particularly with the African-American and black community specifically. And we know that over 70% of African-Americans don't feel like they have a political home.
Pause.
All right.
He said over 70% of black people don't feel like they have a political home. What does that mean? You know it ain't changing nothing. Right. You know that, but you keep going. Well, give me that Prisoners of Hope. We are Prisoners of Hope. Let me get it. Huh? This is Zechariah, I think. Prisoners of Hope. I think it's Zechariah 9 and 12.
9 and 12,
yep.
Yes, sir.
Read that.
Zechariah chapter 9, verse 12. Turn you to the stronghold.
Do what?
turn you to the stronghold.
Bible says you must turn to the stronghold. Read.
Ye prisoners of hope.
Ye what?
Prisoners of hope.
Ye prisoners of hope. That's why I brought this out a while ago. It said it was a book I read, and it talks about black politicians. It says black politicians don't run on the same things that white politicians run on. White politicians run on, we're going to establish businesses. We're going to give schools this. We're going to open up something for this, something for this. They stand on actual things that they're going to do. Infrastructure. Right. You know what black politicians say? Hope. Believe.
Yeah, that's
change. All we do is sell emotion. Because at the end of the day, all a politician is somebody that levies funds to their community. They get government funding. That's literally all it is.
They're a lobbyist.
They're lobbyists. A politician is not a hope or self-right. No. They create money for that area, and they distribute the money in different places. That's why in mindset you think, okay, what's wrong with politics? Well, when you understand the system, it just feeds their people. It doesn't feed your people. Correct. That's why our neighborhoods look bad. That's why our streets need paving. Right. That's why our water is bad. Because they don't put the money where they're supposed to go. Our leaders are greedy dogs. Give me that in Isaiah 56. It's the same thing they do in America, the same thing they do in Africa. Right. That's why they hate Tory right now. Because he's actually taking care of the people.
Right. That's why you can have a mural of black leaders.
Right.
And Esau got his hand in there.
Yep. There you go. What, like, nobody should give a damn what the white man say.
Right.
Hey, Cap, what's heavy about what you said about the what black politicians teach or what they push is hope. I'm looking at Barack Obama's quotes. And anybody know who was around that time, all of them was about hope, a change that we could dream for. Everything, it was just about hope, like you said.
But when you look at the younger ones, the city councilmen, they all stand on the same thing. Change, hope, belief. Like, what is that? No, what are you going to do? Are you going to get $20 million allocated for schools?
Right. Hope.
Are you going to get the streets fixed?
But we saw that because remember when Obama was in office, we saw some of the murder rates of our people on live TV go up. And he didn't speak nothing on it.
Nope, didn't say a word. Y'all got that in Isaiah 56?
Yes, sir.
Read that.
Isaiah chapter 56 and verse 10. His watchmen are blind.
Hold on, his what?
His watchmen are blind.
These pastors are blind. They don't see nothing. Read.
They are all ignorant.
They are all ignorant. Read.
They are all dumb dogs.
They are all dumb dogs. Your politicians, your pastors, your leaders that they appoint for you. Read.
They cannot bark.
They what?
They cannot bark.
They can't bark. The white woman stood up more than your own black city council. Read.
Sleeping. Lying down, loving to slumber.
Read.
Yea, they are greedy dogs.
Hold on, what are they?
Greedy dogs.
This is what God is telling you about your leaders that you have today. Right. Whether political or not, Christian or not, Muslim or not, they are greedy dogs. Read.
Which can never have enough. And they are shepherds that cannot understand.
Read.
They all look to their own way.
What do they do?
They all look to their own way.
Pull back up that last video. I mean, not video. The last picture of the screenshot that I had and what that lady said. It's exactly what the Bible said, word for word. She said they only worry about themselves. Right there where it says climb their own ladder. It says there is a lot of tiptoeing. Read that part. At the bottom.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of tiptoeing.
There is a lot of, there's a lot of tiptoeing around and performative acts by politicians that don't do a thing to acknowledge or work to change anything.
They greedy dogs that don't speak nothing, read.
In order to climb their own ladder.
Hold on, what do they do?
Climb their own ladder.
They only worry about themselves. The Bible says they look to their own quarter for their own gain. The Bible is a true book. And y'all out here talking about why y'all reading out the Bible, the white man book. This ain't a white man book. This Bible deal with real issues today.
That's right.
This day, the Bible's speaking about your leaders.
Right.
Now, show me that in the Quran. Shut the hell up. Now, go back to that scripture and finish that.
Yes, sir.
It says they look every man to his own way.
Yes, sir. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain, from his quarter.
You see that? From his quarter. These politicians are only worried about themselves. They will not put up a man that stands up for their own people. Because if they do anything controversial, they don't want to deal with that. But guess what? That's fine. we gonna build it ourselves like we've been doing for the last 23 years.
Right.
So we don't give a damn what you want to do. We gonna do what God says and stand on that.
That's
Understand
right.
it? So,
Hey, Cap, that remind me of that. What's the name of the movie? Baby.
Trick Baby.
Trick Baby.
Yep.
Trick Baby.
Yep.
How they select certain individuals because of the type of, they know the type of spirit that they have on them. If you got a covetous spirit, you could be swayed. The reason why you will see, and you see two different things, right? You got certain leaders, like obviously Haziel mentioned earlier. If they can't be swayed, then guess what? They got to take them out of the way. Just like Kat mentioned about Ibrahim Traore, right? They know he can't be swayed. So they trying to get him out of the way. The different examples of the leaders that Bishop been going over in the classes. But if you have a covetous spirit, guess what? All you got to do is put them on the payroll. And whatever we want you to do, you going to do it. You going to make it happen for us.
Hey, get 1 Timothy 6 and 9. They got that. A lot of these politicians got covetous spirits. Like Cat brought out, they greedy dogs.
Right.
The Bible warned us about y'all. Read that.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation.
Those politicians, they make like $200,000, $300,000 a year. They fall into diverse temptations. Read.
And a snare. And into many foolish, hurtful lusts.
Into many foolish things. You mean you'll get paid $200,000 to destroy a whole community. You see that the people are suffering. You see that they need leaders, but you willing to take a paycheck and say, to hell with the way my people feel right now.
Right.
Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question, comment. Where you calling from?
Shalom, Brother Robinson from New York.
Hey, what's going on, Brother Robinson?
Good. I'm calling to talk about what Captain is talking about these politicians.
Yes, sir.
You know, because even like here in New York, you know, we have black politicians.
Turn your TV down. Turn your TV down.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Because remember, we had David Dinkins, which was one of the first
black mayors.
Mayors in New York. He never did anything.
Facts.
Then we have this idiot here in New York. He isn't doing anything. All they think about is themselves. Right. They don't do anything. Just like you were saying, they don't do anything for their people. You know, and they rub elbows with Esau, and they think that they're way up there now.
Right.
But then Esau comes back and kicks them in the butt.
Yep.
And then they realize, oh man, I should have done something for my people, but they cannot.
Yep.
You know, because Esau has their arms around their neck.
Yep.
But they don't see it like that.
No,
they don't see it like that. And they're really not looking out for us. They'll rather look out for the Chinese community, because Mayor Adams, he passed a law for anything that happens to a Chinese person in New York, it's going to be a federal crime. You're going to jail. You could even say, I don't like them, and you go to jail. Anything like that. But do we have that? We do not have that protection. We do not.
Nope.
We do not. You can't say nothing bad about Amalek, not even in the street. You'll go to jail. You'll go right to jail.
Yep. Great point.
You know, but they could call us the N-word, all of that, all day. And you call the cops, freedom of speech.
Yep. Damn. It's crazy. Crazy.
That's how it is. Freedom of speech. But you guys continue doing what you're doing. And like you said, ain't no one doing what Bishop is doing.
Right.
Nobody.
That's right.
Nobody. And like I told my brother that's a bishop or apostle, whatever you want to call himself, I said, Bishop Nathaniel is my bishop. That's it.
All praise.
You know, so shalom, brothers. Most High Christ bless.
Most High Christ bless, bro. Most High Christ bless.
You gonna skip real quick? Go to Ephesians chapter 6, just to back up the brother's point, like what Cat been bringing out. You cannot try to integrate yourself into the system that has been set up. America, Esau set up this system flawless for his people to prosper. So in order, like the brother said in the other video, in order to combat it, you got to go to war, right? Read that real quick. Ephesians 6, I think it's verse 12.
Yes, sir. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Right, because our war is not a carnal war. It's a spiritual war for the souls of our people. You got Bishop Nathaniel that's reaching millions and billions of black and Hispanic men across the world that y'all claim that we a lot of statistics, we locked up in prison houses, and he's offering solutions for them to be better fathers, better husbands, not being criminals, to fix their own communities. You would think the Edomites that's scared, that's clutching, Miss Anna's clutching a purse, to be happy like, okay, these niggas ain't on the block selling dope. They actually fixing the community, right? Read.
But against principalities.
But we wrestle against who?
Principalities.
Read.
Against powers.
Against powers, against the system. So to Cap point, anytime we see our brothers and sisters that's in the system talking about they're bringing real change, no, you're not. Because you cannot be in it and supporting it, and you fighting against it. That's impossible. It's impossible. They would never allow you in.
There you go.
Newsflash, black man. You're not low. You gotta literally be against everything they stand for. Prime, and I gotta go back to the mural again. Prime case in point. We put up two influential leaders in our community. They want to put up Fred Hampton, who they murdered.
That's the mindset they want you to have. Rise up if you want, and you'll be put to death. That's what they want. That's what they want. Hey, so go to the next video, IT. This is for you dummies that say race don't matter.
I've gotten a lot of comments on my videos recently saying, why do black people make everything about race? Because I talk about race a lot. But this is not a comment unique to me. A lot of people get it all the time. One reason why comments like that bother me so much is that black people did not even invent race. We are constantly subjugated by race and have to experience the negative impacts of the creation of race. Yet somehow it's always our fault that it comes up. I feel like that TikTok sound right now that's like, let me hold your hand when I say this. But truly, let me hold your hand when I say this. Everything is about race. I think about this especially with like non-POC's obsession with labeling people. Pisses me off. I remember in high school, back in the olden ages, when you would get your room number for testing, they would hang up big lists of all the students in the lunchrooms. And for no reason at all, it would have the students' names, like their email or something, the room number that they had to go to, and their race. That's just one example of the institution itself labeling everything by race. I cannot even begin to explain to you how much of my experiences throughout this world are guided by race and racism because of a system that was built by these people. So if I could say anything to another black person going through something like this right now, where people are gaslighting you to say that not everything is about race, I'm here to tell you, yes it is. And don't feel bad for talking about it, because you didn't invent it, but you are constantly oppressed by it. Feel free to complain. I've gotten a lot of comments.
So what she brought out was, right. They created it, so to speak. And now when you bring it up, now you got a problem. It's crazy. Even though they ain't created, we can bring that out. But when somebody says race or color doesn't matter, colorblind, pull up that article I just posted. I just want to read the headline. And show you the hypocrisy of black people and white people that say color don't matter. Pull it up on the screen, y'all. Read that.
Marvel's White Black Panther reveal in Marvel Knights. The world to come sparks fan outrage.
Hold on, what does this spark?
Outrage.
So black people, let me show y'all how low we are as a people. Black people get more upset about a fake superhero than they do the Messiah, Jesus the Christ, being painted as the wrong color.
Damn.
That is how low we have become as a people. We stand up for Black Panther before we stand up for the Black Christ.
The hell is this?
That is how low we have been delegated and relegated to here in America. Understand that.
Wow.
Understand that. Hey, crazy. Now go out of that. Go out of that and click on that picture that Officer Thigh just posted.
Hey, Cap, you know how we know that's true? Because remember the Ebony magazine, when they put Black Christ on it, they almost put them out of business.
There you go.
Black people.
Almost put them out of business.
Crazy.
Come on, y'all. There's a picture he just posted about colonialism. Yep. Go ahead, read that.
When you are praised by the colonists, it means that you are bad for your people.
You see that? Dang. When you are praised by the colonists, you are bad for your people. Read.
When they say you are bad, it means that you are good for your people.
Damn.
The day they say, I'm good, that means I betrayed you.
Damn. That's heavy. That is some heavy stuff right there. All praise to the Most High. Woo!
Hey, a lot of people done got cut.
Yeah.
A thing too, Bishop mentioned his Bishop's class yesterday, right? He showed, you know, the long video, you know, if we have it, I don't want to throw him off, but the long video of us in the streets, right? A long clip. It has a photo of showing all the brothers in the streets, and we taking over the whole block.
Right.
And Bishop Yawasat made a statement about how if we wasn't doing what we was doing, talking about the leaders, you know, Bishop and the deacons, right, the captains, if they wasn't doing what they was doing, most of them brothers was be filling the prisons, right? So I was reading this article, and it was mentioning how the politicians, they actually profit off the prison system. It's a 35 million. It's a $3 billion a year business. That's how much money they bringing in. Damn. So it goes back into what we was talking about earlier. By what Bishop is teaching, right? Bishop and the men under him is teaching. That's actually taking profit away from them.
You go.
You know what I'm saying? And this is just one example of it. Just from what we teaching and changing men's lives, men and women's lives. We're actually taking the money away from them, and that's one of the things that they fear as well.
Officer, what nation in the scriptures told Israel stop sinning? None.
Never.
What nation is telling Israel stop sinning?
Right.
None.
Exactly. Because it's powerful. It's big business. It's money. It's big business.
Hey, Officer, that clip that you just brought up, Christ said the same thing. Get John 15 and 18. If the people say, if politicians in the world say they like me,
right,
that mean I hate you.
Right.
Yep.
But if they say he bad for the community, he bad for business, he too political, that mean I'm good for the people.
Right.
Read that.
The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
Christ was hated by the world. Why? Because he stood for something.
Right.
He stood for the people. He stood for righteousness. Read.
If ye were of the world, the world would love his own.
Right. If you was taking money from the politicians, everything would be good. Read.
But because you are not of the world.
We are not of this world.
That's right.
We ain't here on vacation. We not even supposed to be here. Read.
But I have chosen you out of the world.
Read.
Therefore the world hateth you.
Because we are chosen of the Lord. So understand, by pushing this gospel, yes, we going to be hated by the world.
Right.
But give all praises to the Most High because Christ went through the same thing.
That's right.
Hey, you know what? I had a whole show outside of this. We ain't even touch one.
This got to get brought out. We're at war. We're at war, Cap. This got to get brought out.
You know what's funny? I was sitting in the house all day trying to put together a show. I'm just looking for stuff, and then I saw there was stuff that Mike. I said, "Oh yeah, we gonna have this." I said, "We gonna be able to use the whole day on this." But I do go out of this. It was one more. I think I had one more video dealing with politics that I wanted to play. Oh no, it was all of them. That was all of them. All right, so go to the first video. We'll end on that. We'll end on this topic anyway about the court case dealing with the Sabbath video. Yep, that one. I had posted this.
The video's funny.
Keep the Sabbath.
Part of keeping the Sabbath holy is not working on the Sabbath.
All right, pause.
That is.
So I'm going to paint the picture for y'all. This is in Texas, Oklahoma.
Texas.
In Texas, they voted to have the 10 Commandments in the classrooms. So obviously Esau, y'all know they hate the Bible. They try to front like they like the Bible.
Aesthetics. Right.
Yes.
That's
but so Esau exposes the hypocrisy behind them trying to put the 10 Commandments up. Go ahead.
That is, yeah.
What day is the Jewish Sabbath?
It is on Saturday.
And what day is it today?
It is Saturday. Here we are.
The Christian Sabbath is what day?
Sunday, in honor of the day that Jesus rose from the dead.
And we're scheduled to give this bill a final vote on what day of the week?
It's ironic, isn't it?
Would you be willing to postpone your bill so that we're not breaking the 10 Commandments by working on the Jewish or Christian Sabbath?
I love love that you said that because
you're saying that you'd rather tell people to follow the Ten Commandments than follow it yourself?
I would have rather have had this bill passed the other day when it was time.
We as a legislature are about to force every teacher in the state to post the Ten Commandments in their classrooms.
If
Do
they are
members
donated.
of the Texas legislature follow the Ten Commandments?
So again, this bill is about honoring our historical, educational, and judicial heritage.
Pause.
With the
What? Yes. Esau, for some reason, they think they God's people.
Wow.
They think that, give me that in Psalms 50. And this is why God said this. This is why God said this about these people. They talking about they honoring hold on, historical.
Stop it.
Y'all not the Jews. This is what the Ten Commandments is not given to all people.
Right.
The Ten Commandments, all the laws, was only given to the Israelites.
Right.
And that's why this place, Babylon, is the land of confusion.
Right.
They got y'all thinking when they say one nation under God, oh my God, it's just confusion.
Right.
And that's why they got to keep telling us that we Gentiles.
Right.
Go ahead, read that for me, please. Psalm 50, 16.
Yes, sir. The book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked, God saith.
Hold on, what the Bible say?
But unto the wicked.
The wicked is the lady that you looking at. Esau, the so-called white man European. Read.
God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
What do you have to do to be putting up the Ten Commandments in all of this wicked land? Read.
Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth.
You see that God saying, what the hell are you doing trying to push the Bible? You don't know about nothing about the Bible. Read.
Seeing thou hatest instruction.
Hold on, what do they do?
Hatest instruction.
How we know they hate instruction? Like the white man is showing the hypocrisy. He's like, ain't today Saturday?
Right.
And you trying to make us keep the Sabbath? Ain't we breaking the Sabbath?
They done invented a whole nother Sabbath.
Right. Go ahead.
And casteth my words behind thee. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him.
Read.
And thou hast been partaker with adulterers.
And been partaker with adulterer. Bishop Yawasab always said this. If the white man wanted true justice, he gonna have to arrest himself first and foremost.
Right.
All the blood, every church that's on this land is on top of the blood of 100 million, 77 million Native Americans that were slaughtered. And then you throw the blood of all the so-called Africans slaughtered on top of that during slavery.
Right.
And then you set up a church and you try to set up a constitution and deem yourself godly? Unbelievable. Go ahead, go back to the video.
With the displaying of the Ten Commandments.
The ninth commandment is thou shalt not bear false witness. Are you aware of any legislators who have lied about anything?
Pause. Psalm 58:3. But he cut this out too.
Yeah.
This your people.
Right. Yep.
That's why I said.
Oh no, well he a demon. He just showing her like, what's wrong with you, Becky?
Right. Like we can't do this.
Right.
We are liars. We don't keep the Sabbath.
Exactly.
This is not for us.
Right.
Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 58 and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born.
Doing what?
Speaking lies.
What do they do?
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies. So he 100% correct. He like, hey, Sabbath, y'all not keeping it.
Right.
Thou should not bear false witness. Y'all ain't keeping that either. Go ahead, press play.
Look at his face.
That is,
Wow, she can't
you know, there might be one coming up in a minute. If you keep talking, we'll see.
The seventh commandment is thou shalt not commit adultery.
Yes.
Everybody back.
Do you think that members of the legislature should focus more on trying to follow?
You see this? This is why everybody hates the laws of God. And like you said, you hear the voices in the back. Because they know all of them do all that stuff. These people are lawless as hell.
Gonna learn today.
They're adulterers. They stealers. They don't keep the Sabbath day. They don't keep no commandments. And the white man got all the power in the world to do all that here. He issued the laws. The same way they make Christmas, everything shut down, they could do that every Saturday if they want. The proof is it don't have to be Christmas. It's COVID. The proof is COVID. During COVID, they shut down the whole world.
You got locked up for trying to come together.
That's the power that the white man got because he has the institutions to enforce that type of policy if he wanted to. Because immediately during COVID, it looked like Christmas outside for 6 months.
For real.
That's what it looked like. They shut everything down immediately.
Yep.
So this is some heavy stuff. Go ahead, press play.
Follow the 10 Commandments rather than telling others to follow them?
Maybe they didn't have them post.
I am, you know, it is incumbent on all of us to follow God's law.
What is the...
You see this? Hey, bruh, this is some funny stuff.
Hey,
Go ahead.
This is comical.
Yep.
Because it's like they know the commandments.
Yep.
They know what the scriptures say, but yet they won't keep nothing. Right. But yet, how you try to use the Bible to justify what you got going on, and then show it's just comical because, like you were saying, they both the damn devil.
Yep.
It's laughing how they use. It's comical how they use in the Bible.
But this is Christianity in a nutshell. This is the apologetics in a nutshell.
Yes.
This is your black Christian pastor, my brother Lou Alcinabi. This is it in a nutshell. It's Christianity right here.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.